All right, everybody. I'm going to go through some things on this homework so you guys can do your homework on Cami and also have a calculator. We'll see what happens. I'll walk you through. Because we're dealing with exponents, we're going to have to use equations to type in all our answers, right? And you could do it all the time. You could just use equations, right? It's the little divided by button here. And then you can close this. And when that's on, it'll give you a little box like that, like a text box, but you're in equation mode. So what that does is when the initial spill initially is when time is zero. So we have to plug in zero for t. So we're going to write a of zero, a of zero is equal to 250, right? 1.15 raised 2. Now, raised 2 is the shift key and 6, that up arrow, just like you get on your TI. It's the same thing, right? That gives you the exponent, and we want to raise this to the 0 power. And then we're going to hit the space bar to get back down. All right, and we're going to take out our little TI. Oop, take out our little TI calculator, right? And we're going to put in 250. And come on, guys, you know it. My calculator is way cooler than Kirk Wheeler's. All right, and maybe I'm working on maybe getting a link so that everybody will have that. I'll probably have a answer from Miss Harrison by the end of the day. And then we're going to raise this to the 0 power. And, we could have done this one in our head. So that's equal to, so we're going to go back over here and say equal to 250. It'll be cool because you'll have everything within your environment, right? So I come down here and I have my calculator down here. I'm working on this. By what percent is the oil? By what percent is the oil increasing each hour? Well, we know increasing because of this is greater than 1, right? And we know the percentage is the decimal part. So it's 15%. So if you're going to type it, maybe you want to do it on it, with your keypad with drawn, but this is 15%. I find it's easier. I mean, I have a stylus and I have a touch screen, but without the touch screen, it's like really crazy. All right. So the next one is he wants us to sketch a graph of this equation, right? From 0 to t. So you get out your calculators, those who have the graphing calculator, and we'll go to y equals, and we're going to put this in. Let me move this over here, which Mr. Kurt Weller can do to get it out of the way. And we're going to put in 250 times 1.15. And we're going to raise this. This is this button here to the x power. Okay, we don't have a t. All right. And then it also gives us the window. Let me move this guy over here. These numbers right here are x values, and these are our y values. So we're going to go into our window, and I see I already did this one. I set it from 0 to 30, right? Put in 0 as the x min, 30 as the max. Leave the scale. Our y min is 0, and our max is 500. Okay. It says to calculate and label the y-intercept. So that's what we're going to do right now. So then we can hit graph, and we have this nice big curve. And we know that, and I'm going to do this just like you guys would be. I'm going to use just the pad on here. We have a little point right here, right? And we'll label it in a second. And then we know that it goes like this. All right. And we know that this point has to be 250. All right, so that's our graph. If you want to move things around, you just click it, put that right there. Doesn't that look beautiful? All right. Now it says, after how many days will the oil spill reach a size of 30 square feet? All right, round to the nearest tenth. And it says to solve graphically using the intersect command on your calculator. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put in a second equation where everything is 3,000, okay? Where everything is 3,000 high. So really what we're going to do is we're going to put in the equation y is equal to 3,000. All right, 3,000. And that's going to give us that horizontal line. So if we graph this, you see this is our y is equal to 3,000, and this one is our exponential one that we've already graphed. All right, and we want to use the intersect command. So we're going to go second, we're going to hit trace, which is calc up here. We're going to hit it 5. Okay, and then it's just a matter of entering. It's on this curve, that curve, and the intersection. This is a guess, and then 3 times you have to hit it. And it gives us the intersection is at 17, where y is 3,000, the x is 17.779, so we're going to round that to 17.8, okay, to the nearest tenth. On the regions, if you don't round to the nearest tenth when they tell you, guess what? You're going to lose some points. So keep that in mind. All right, so this answer is going to be 17.8. So I'm going to get this, put it right there, 17.8. Isn't that wonderful? In days. Maybe we should put days. T equals. Okay, and that's that. Let's see, what else we have here? A flock of ducks is growing by 16% per year and starts with a population of 68. How many ducks will be in the flock in 10 years? So let's first write the equation that we're going to need. Okay, so we're going to need the equation P is equal to the initial, it starts out with 68. So we have 68, and then we're going to do 1 plus 0.06, the percentage in decimals, all right, which is equal to raised to shift 6 raised to, we can use the x power. Well, I guess we could just raise it to the 10th power, hit shift, and then we'll come back to that in a second. Let's put in our calculators and see what it gives us. All right, so we have, let's get out of here. This is second quit. To get back to here, we have 68, parentheses, 1 plus 0.06, close parentheses, raised to the 10th power. And that's equal to 121. So now we go back in here, put in our answer, 100, put equals 121.78. All right. And 10 years, we're going to call this, we're going to round it. And because we can't have 0.78 of a duck, except if you're eating over my house. I get 0.78, you guys get the rest. Is equal to 122. 122 ducks. All right. So not too bad, right? And then a bank account earns an interest at 3.5% per year, right? So it's going to increase and starts with a balance of 350. They want to know the, which of the following equations would be that. So, here we have the initial amount is 350, so it can either be one or two, right? Because these are exponents. It grows exponentially. These two are linear equations, so if you wanted to, you could just cross these out, right? These two are linear, so they're gone. And then remember the equation is I'd like to turn that off. I forget to hit it twice all the time, but we'll get used to it if this is the way we're going for a while. Um, right, remember the formula is P is equal to the initial value times 1 plus the percent raised to shift 6 raised to, it says y, but I'm going to say x here, right? So we have to add the decimal. So don't forget, we're going to get this thing over 1. So it's choice number 1. And then we can just circle that. All right. I hope this helps. Let me know what you think, and maybe we'll do more. I'll do more videos. Give Kirk Weller a little break.